Kaya tuo matagkuan ra.
Oo, ni
Balik
kami.
na po karon, mag-ilis na punta. Mag-uniform na punta sa uniform ani ron.
Oh, kayo kay balo ba?
Na kay balo.
Kay balo bag na.
Waste generation happens every day and everywhere. The problem with waste generation is that people mix up all the garbage they throw away instead of segregating them. Mixed waste is dirtier. It starts to rot faster, and in the end, no one wants to reuse such materials. Whenever we throw out waste in open dump sites, in drainages, rivers, or the sea, we pollute groundwater resources and ecosystems, which we need to survive. In Baez City, they were able to solve their waste problems by building a waste management center that keeps track of the city's waste. Johannes Paul, an environmental engineer from the German Development Service, or DED, makes his way to check on the most ambitious yet highly successful project in Baez City. This area used to be sugarcane fields until the land was rendered infertile. With Johannes' help, under the German-Philippine Development Cooperation Program, the local government converted it into an area where the city's trash is dumped and segregated.
So the bike landfill is a low-cost approach to make landfill affordable for the LGUs, and it's very suited for LGUs which only have rural waste composition.
The Waste Management Center in Baez was inaugurated in 2003 and was the first landfill in the Visayas to be fully compliant with the Republic Act 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. It has been a showcase for the city of Baez, proving that local government units can successfully handle the problem of waste management. The Waste Management Center at Baez has the following 4 components: a recycling or material recovery center, a sanitary landfill, a water treatment plant, and an organic waste composting center. One of the key components of the Baez Waste Management Center is the Material Recovery and Buyback Center, which works hand in hand with a successful waste segregation program.
What is waste? Why do we have this problem? Waste is a material at the wrong place at the wrong time. But if used in the right way, it becomes a material like any other resource.
The city of Baez first determined what kind of materials were being thrown away. They did this by studying the content of their waste collection trucks for 1 year. They realized that 60% of the city's waste was biodegradable green waste, while 40% was dry waste. Through the simple segregation of wet and dry waste materials, they were able to focus on the dry waste and determine what could be recycled. They realized that in 1 year, they could collect many truckloads of different recyclable materials, reducing the amount of waste that would enter their sanitary landfill by 10%. But awareness of waste segregation is only beginning in Baez, with many households still sending mixed waste to the landfill. Pursuant to Republic Act 9003, scavenging is not permitted at the Waste Management Center. There is a system that has to be followed by people who know what they are doing.
We organized people living here at site, and we really trained them, we registered them. We said, do you want to help us? Then you can join our volunteer recycling team. So they all have an ID only they are allowed to come in the landfill. They have to register in the landfill. They have to report to the landfill manager.
Complete with masks, coats, gloves, proper shoes, and even tetanus shots. The recycling team is made to realize that working with waste requires extra care. The collected recyclable materials are segregated, packed, and transported by the team.
Namo kay bata, duha ka buok. Kana usag eskwela. Uban makakangkuang pas pag eskwela sa kong bata. Nga ginagmay ra, bisa ginagmay ra. Basta na ara jud makuan kada semana. More makuan namo.
Tuo makakuan ra. Dali ko karon mag-ilis na pud ta.
Their burdens may be great, but their rewards will be even greater. At the Material Recovery Center, their finds are sorted, cleaned, and bundled. The segregated materials are weighed and purchased by junk shop buyers from Bais and Dumaguete. Most households and companies pay little or nothing for local government units' waste disposal services. An additional bonus of setting up a municipal buyback center is that profits from recovered recyclable materials can help in the maintenance costs of the landfill. The city of Bais has also set up barangay buyback stations where local residents can go and sell their collected recyclable materials. Some local entrepreneurs have even come up with ways of turning trash into cash. Discarded juice wrappers are collected, washed, and dried, then sewn together into patches that are made into bags, hats, and other items which they are able to sell abroad.
Yun yan nakatulong sa amin para umangat. Kung pwede, lahat ng basura i-recycle natin kung pwede lang. May pera doon.
Though a big portion of waste is already being recovered and recycled in Bais City, the remaining residual waste is disposed of in the Waste Management Center's sanitary landfill. But as Johannes emphasizes, this is not a mere dump site.
A dump site is like a city plaza. Everyone can come and go when they want. There's no barrier, there's no protection, there's no fence. Here at the landfill we establish many barriers. It's comparable to having a prison to make sure that the bad guys cannot come out. It's the same here. The bad materials which may be pollutants, contaminants are controlled. They are not allowed to come out.
After the team has cleared the area, the garbage is covered with earth to keep it from being scattered by scavenging animals. In a dump site, we find lack of barriers to surface and groundwater, wind-blown waste distribution, waste picking by scavengers, and a lack of management and monitoring. While in a sanitary landfill, we find controlled drainage, trained employees, waste compaction and soil coverage, and a leachate and water treatment plant. Developing a sanitary landfill requires much planning. It starts with site selection. There should be a project assessment and feasibility study, public information dissemination, detailed project planning, public hearings, environmental impact assessment, and the licensing with responsible authorities. When these steps are completed, the construction of a landfill may begin. Although not visible to the naked eye, a major element of a sanitary landfill is what lies